Here's the story of a lovely lady who was bringing up 3 very lovely girls. All of them had hair of gold, like their mother, the youngest one in curls.
It's the story of a man named Brady who was busy with 3 boys of his own. They were 4 men living all together, yet they were all alone. Till the one day when the lady met this fellow, and they knew that it was much more than a hunch, that this group must somehow form a family. That's the way we all became the Brady Bunch. The Brady Bunch. The Brady Bunch. That's the way we became the Brady Bunch.
Carlos is Alice.
I didn't know what that one was. That was the one that I missed that time. I think.
Yeah, I think that was for a night before. I almost ran that one the other day just for shits and gigs. I'm glad you did. Justin put a lot of work into that.
Yeah, it's definitely a good effort there. Because he timed everything up. Like he had all the the transitions of everything timed up right.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. I don't know where that boy finds the time.
It's probably in between his naps at work.
What's up, Clyde? Clickety Clyde.
How you guys doing?
Good.
Just getting woke up with a coffee.
Yeah.
Went to the premiere of Fast X last night. So
how's that?
What is this?
The 10th installment of the Fast and Furious. The shop that I work.
It sounded close to like X-Lax. It sounded like X-Lax. I didn't know.
Oh yeah, yeah. If I got to get up here in a minute, guys, I'll be back. Just
why are you telling us this?
He's trying that Fast X to see how.
Is this like a new health trend? Coffee enema?
Yeah, you just give yourself laxative. That way you can just get it all out of your system.
The shop that I used to work for, they like every 6 months or so, they do like a promotion with like the local radio station, and they like rent out a theater for some movie opening, and of course it's usually some terrible movie, ideally car related. But yeah, so we went to that last night. Otherwise, I typically wouldn't go see Fast and Furious, especially not in the theaters. It was telling the wife about it. I was making so many family jokes before we went. She's like, why do you keep saying family so much? I'm like, oh, you'll see. Sure enough, did not disappoint.
Did they really? They played on that again?
It was nonstop. I want to play a couple clips here.
Slowly pulls
Fast
up.
and Furious are related.
Brian O'Connor stares.
This is basically the boys on American Dad here found a script for Fast and Furious 7. So this is years ago, obviously. And so they're reading
out
it.
into the dark night. The only thing darker, the sick black tank top he's wearing. Suddenly, he pulls a gun out from under his seat.
He's racing the boy.
This is the movie, by the way.
Yo, Brian, I've been looking for you.
Heist?
Heist.
I mean, that's pretty much it.
It is.
It's like dude meets another dude. It's like, hey, let's rob something. Like, we got fast cars. We can get away.
Here's watching this one out now.
Brian takes a hard left, sending him flying up a ramp. In slow-mo, Dom looks up as Brian's down car.
Oh yeah.
It's super sick. Brian looks back down at Dom. Their heads inches from each other. They crane their necks to steal an upside-down kiss, and Dom's tongue explores Brian's mouth.
What the fuck?
Are
you sure you read that right?
Maybe it's a typo. I'll just flip ahead. Here we go. Interior garage night. Dom stands behind a bent-over Brian, and Tokyo drifts into his... Oh, that scene goes on for like 10 more pages. Dudes, this script is full of extremely graphic gay sex scenes.
What do you expect? The whole lifestyle's fast and furious with the pills and the disco and the tank tops. Oh, everything's
Oh man, you couldn't make a joke like that nowadays. Like,
Well, the one more because they have to. So that basically the one I'm skipping is they decide it's never going to get made, being so gay. The guy who wrote it must have gone off his rocker, so they rewrite it and they cut out all the gay stuff. So now they go to present it to the studio.
Let's try, boys, but this is obviously not a genuine Randy Scott Nobson. It's missing one key component of the gay sex scenes. You see, boys, the Fast and Furious franchise has to be written and filmed super gay. The gay undertones are what create the chemistry and tension that make those movies so great.
Oh, I always felt their love wouldn't make people in cars.
Family.
Dude, everything Randy writes, everything, and then edit it down for the theater. Except France. They get it all.
Wait, we have the sex scenes.
Except France. They get it all.
Oh god.
of course, France.
Yeah.
I'm glad I never. I don't know.
It's funny the evolution because in the first one we're literally stealing RCA VCR television combos out of box trucks.
Yeah.
And then by this one they're in Antarctica, and then they're in Rio de Janeiro, and then they're in fucking Portugal. All in one day.
What is it? Like, what is this? Just like, I don't even know.
Usually there was some sort of
Seems
heist.
like trash.
Well, yeah.
Like they're trying to they try to so like obviously the first one, it was their first heist. They were trying to like just make some quick cash because they were trying to, if I remember correctly, they did make some, they were doing some street racing, but that doesn't make enough cash for them. And then they need to upgrade their rods and everything. So then they do the heist to be able to get the money to then upgrade the rods and everything. I mean, that's pretty much the progression. Is like they want to get money, so they steal stuff, and then they can upgrade their rods, and then now they have fancy stuff.
Yeah, then as the story progresses, then it's bigger heists, and then it's then they have enemies, and then The Rock comes in, and he's a recurring character.
Yeah.
Of course, he's a cop, and Dom's the bad guy, and then they end up teaming up, and now it's just pro wrestling now. I mean, this one was John Cena and like Roman Reigns. And,
like, you get all these old wrestling actors in here.
It's become the Expendables.
Yeah. Yes. Only slightly worse than the Expendables. I think,
the best thing about seeing a movie like this in the theaters, though, is getting to hear the people who, like the other moviegoers, who like really genuinely enjoy this stuff and kind of take it seriously. Like there was a black dude sitting like 3 seats over, and it was just hilarious. Like, oh shit, get him! Is he talking to us? Are you talking to us, Clyde?
You're muted if you're trying to talk to us.
It looks like he's scolding his wife. Yep. Nope.
Oh no.
Oh mercy.
Battle mode.
Yep. So that was our evening yesterday. It was a good time though. Good time.
So since there was since we were talking about a particular type of people, I guess we can talk about diversity, equity, and inclusion at Miller Lite.
And most
Did they do another one?
diversity, equity, and inclusion matter.
Yeah. This Miller Lite's internal messaging to their employees. So it's telling
this isn't the shit one.
Yeah, this is a different one
At Molson
that they
Coors,
send to their
we
employees.
know that diversity, equity, and inclusion matter. Diversity is a good thing because everyone is unique in their experiences, points of views, and the brands they identify with.
And you had to be so diverse that you had to employ a guy with a lisp to actually read this. I'm just picking that up here.
Our point of view is that our employees need to be as diverse as our consumers, who are as diverse as our products. We believe an inclusive culture drives stronger engagement and in turn improves business performance. The role of diversity, equity, and inclusion is the responsibility of all employees every single day. We want to be known for being a place where all employees can thrive, fostering unmatched personal and professional growth. And
whether you're a bearded white or other.
yeah, it doesn't matter. Like you've got to all abide by this. Yeah.
Well, you know what's funny is they go through all the different people. Whenever you see there's someone just looks like a regular white dude, I'm like, he must be gay, or why would they be putting him on here? You know, I just assume every regular white dude on here is fucking flaming.
Yeah, like this guy. I mean, he kind of has a little bit of the look. He has like his Fitbit on. You know,
yeah, I mean, he works in the office and wears a polo. He's pretty gay anyhow.
Yeah.
Developing exceptional leaders of people and business performance. We know that our
wait, this guy though, they have to include this guy though, because he's got to be the one that's like
His grandpa.
This is the backwards grandpa who we've got to buy into our. See, they've always got to have one of those though. But
you can't be truly diverse without Cotton Hill there.
they're just saying like they're not ageist, you know.
Yeah.
We know that our actions should follow our words. As part of our 2021 to 2023 workforce strategy, we've challenged ourselves to increase our representation of professionals of color, both in the U.S. and Canada. We're also committed to increasing the representation of women in our workplace to be
women repairing the equipment. Oh my God, that would be terrible. Oh my gosh, I can't deal with that much.
Well, we learned last time that they're the ones who do the brewing.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Don't die there.
Yeah, I might.
Downstream. It's like, snap.
That it's always the goal that it happens on stream there.
That doesn't happen till later.
Oh, did they really? I like Modelo. Do you drink the regular one or the dark one? I don't know if I've had the dark one.
The dark is much better than the light, I think.
Is it?
Yeah, for me.
You like fancy beers, so.
I mean, sometimes. It's cold.
There's a Modelo commercial, huh? Let's see. Strong Mujeres.
Are they like making? What are they doing? Are they really making tortillas? A little press.
They're so oppressed.
I don't know. I mean, like if you're not supposed to drink the water in Mexico, why are you drinking Mexican beer? You know?
Oh, spelling Modelo wrong. That's the problem.
I do like a good Mexican lager though. Those are pretty good. I've had some crappy ones and they're absolutely awful, but a good Mexican lager is.
What's Tecate? Is Tecate a Mexican beer or is that a Texas beer?
Close enough. It's the same thing, right?
Oh, is it this one?
Texican.
Here it is.
I couldn't find it. Okay, cool.
Yeah, here's the one that he's talking about. Probably, I had to guess. It's a really short commercial though.
My favorite kind.
Morty. How's Morty doing?
Hold it.
I don't know.
Hands of the spiders. You need it. Flat. Because you know saving time is never as important as cherishing it. You are fine.
I have seen that commercial.
Abuela.
Yeah, I have seen that. Where did I see that commercial?
I've never
seen
it.
But they're trying to make it like she's a strong woman.
I don't want to say I recently learned how to properly prepare corn tortillas, but I recently finally figured out how to cook them where they taste good and don't fall apart on me. So I'm going to say I properly figured out how to prepare them. But, oh man, it is good. I've been eating like 17 fucking corn tortilla tacos a day. What's that?
I really don't like corn tortillas. I don't know. They just.
Are you cooking them? Are you cooking them right?
I don't know. They never get soft enough. They're always a little too chewy for me.
Okay. Yeah.
I
That
don't
was
know.
my thing. Is I wasn't able to make them sturdy enough. They'd be like weak. Figured I wasn't heating them enough and sort of like fry them a little bit. Oh yeah. They're not quite like tostada, like crispy or anything. Nothing like that.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I don't really want mine too crispy, you know. Like,
no, I'm a
it's
soft
just-
taco guy for sure. But yeah, I'm falling out of flour tortillas, except for quesadillas.
Mm.
I wonder if Carlos is
Yeah.
going crazy
Quesad-
listening to us gringos talk about
Mexican
our
food.
bastardizations of his culture's beautiful food.
Yeah, I mean, flour tortillas like for
When I don't have salsa, I use ketchup.
Now that might get you in trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, that was basically my family, my very Mexican, or not Mexican, I'm sorry,
Very
Texican
Mexican
grandmother. She was raised in Brownsville. It's basically Mexico. But oh yeah, my grandfather was a wicked drunk, so she'd handle shit while he'd hit
You
the
cut
bottle.
out.
Yeah.
You cut out. on
I
my
did?
end after like right when
Oh,
you said right after Browns, and so I thought you were talking about like your
Oh,
Mexican
I said my
grandmother,
grandfather was a
Brown,
wicked
and I was like,
alcoholic.
oh, okay.
Yeah. So my
No, I
grandmother
just-
handled
I-
shit while he was hitting the bottle.
I heard the color part of it. I was
Yeah.
like, damn.
Well, there's
Damn, man.
a lot of talk of that in that household. I think I've told you my grandma was pretty deaf, so we'd be out like in public at a restaurant, but she'd talk really loudly and not realize she'd be like, look at those homely Mexican children over there. Like, oh God, shut up, grandma. Oh,
Was she just like that? Like, was she trying to identify with them, or what is
no, it was just, I mean, like I said, she just grew up in Brownsville, Texas in the fucking
Mhm.
30s and 40s. So she was just, she just talked. I mean, she wasn't like,
Yeah.
she was a little racist, like, but she wasn't like, well, like
Yeah,
legit, like, whatever, like
everybody-
old people are, but
Yeah.
she wasn't like, oh, those damn Mexicans or anything. She just described people literally as she saw them, like old people do. So
Yeah.
if that meant they were ugly or fat or Mexican or, Negro children, then, she would just say that. And the issue is she couldn't hear, so she just talked too loudly.
Yeah, that was like my granddad too. Like,
Did you ever see No Country for Old Men? Do you guys remember that movie?
Yes,
Wow,
that's a great
yeah.
movie.
It has been a while, but there was like the one like Mexican gangster who's trying to track the guy down, and he finds like he helps like his mother-in-law with her bags. And she's like, oh, you're such a fine, well-dressed, well-spoken Mexican fellow, and like, thank you so
Yeah.
much, like polite, but like, oh, why you gotta say it like that? She was kind of like that lady. Like I laughed when I
Yeah.
saw that scene because that kind of reminded me of my grandma.
Just kind of like have like low expectations.
Right, that kind of the kind of racism like the leftists do, where they're like, well, black
Yeah.
people just
Right.
can't get a checking account on their own, and it's like, what the fuck are you saying? Maybe they don't want your fucking checking account. I think they're capable,
Carlos is around. He's just popping in and out.
How
we
did you
see
get
we have our
through,
diversity in there.
You had to have a little bit. I mean, everybody did. I mean, it didn't matter. Like white people, black people, they're all a little bit racist, and that's okay. And it made you have thicker skin. I think, you deal with it.
I mean, like
It's healthy. That's healthy racism.
Yeah.
the black people would call call white boys crackers, and like the white boys just are just just like, hey, like oh, you actually learn to read. It's just stuff like that. That was
Where's
just
your
how it
daddy?
was. Yeah.
Well, I think you should be allowed to talk. You know what I mean? And like describing a situation, it's okay to say that dude was black, right? Or that dude was white, or that dykey
Well, that's
chick
what-
over there.
Now you can nowadays, but you have to do it with the capital B black if you say it. I don't know if you notice that, like that every time they do it, they have to do capital B black, and it's whenever they describe a black person, they're like, this person is capital B black, and then if they're not saying the right things, then they're lowercase b black.
Blinks.
What
I
did
don't
you
know.
just say?
All right, Latinx.
So
What did-
For or against? Go.
La Twinks.
The Twinks.
That could be like a band. That could be a boy band, La Twinks. Maybe like.
I guess speaking of racism, apparently this is probably going to be racist. Target CEO, we're seeing violent incidents in our stores, and it's costing us millions.
Go on. Do we have video?
Well, wait. I mean, there was that one big incident that people were talking about that the guy beat the woman who was trying to steal something or whatever.
No, the lady that went like tried to walk away and like
yeah, she just tried to walk out.
Asked him to like put it on a tab or something, and then like she followed him into his office.
No, it was a. I don't think it was an
just
employee.
like a regular vigilantean for Target. Damn, dude.
Which one? The one where the lady got punched in the face?
Yeah, like he it wasn't an employee.
Yeah, he was the like security guy. He was the loss management dude, and like
I thought that was another.
He had enough.
Well, the lady.
It's tough to be a loss prevention guy.
So the lady wanted,
especially in California.
Like she thought like Target needed to pay for her stuff or something like that. I don't know. She started yelling at the
reparations.
The
she believed they were reparations.
Okay, so she starts yelling at the cashier. The cashier's like, I don't know what to do. So loss management guy comes out of his room and like, you can't do this. He goes back in his office. She followed him into the office and is like yelling at him, and like I think she kind of accosted him, and then he.
Well, there was another one where there was a vigilante one. I think there's another case where there was a like that was a different case. There was one that was a little bit more recently than that though. That was circulating on Twitter. I don't know if it was a recent event, but it was circulating on Twitter where there was some lady was just trying to walk out with something. The dude just said like, "Hey, you got to pay for that." And then the lady like squares up on him and is like, "No, I'm taking this. Like this is mine." And so he drops it. And then I don't know if he's gonna get if he's gonna get assault, she's gonna get assault. What's gonna happen with that? But I mean, he was just like, "Hey, you gotta pay for that," and she just didn't she wasn't having it.
I know the nerve of some people, huh?
Yeah. Asking you to pay for something. I mean, like. I mean, yeah, apparently
it's so weird, like the privilege that people think that they get just for the color of their skin,
or just for existing. Hey, I know plenty of whites who feel the same way, so
no, I know.
I don't necessarily disagree with you. I'm just
I'm just saying.
Target declined to say whether
like I'm just trying to fit my role here, okay? Jeez, D, stop blowing it up.
See, Target isn't saying they're going to close stores. They're less racist than Walmart, I guess.
Walgreens
there. Apparently, Walmart is really racist because they'll actually move their stores, close their stores where they're getting looted. And
as long as there's a Fletcher Avenue Walmart in Tampa, I'm going to say Walmart isn't racist. Because if that one still exists, they're putting up with a lot. That's the one I know of.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, it might be area specific, but
no, I mean, like I think that's like even the ones out in LA, like was it the Walgreens and stuff that are shutting down? Like you look at some of that's like putting up with a lot. I don't know if I call that racism. But,
we get very regional, and when I say regional here, I mean like block to block. So you go to the Dollar General store in this one part of the local town, and they've got the alert tags on everything, on the laundry detergent, on everything, But then you go to the one, half a mile down the road, and nothing's in a box, nothing's locked up. So it's it's very like neighborhood to neighborhood, I think, too, in a lot of situations. They're on top of that. So yeah, when it's a sweeping thing, every fucking CVS, if you want to buy fucking condoms, you got to go, get a clerk. Then it's like, okay, that's probably a problem. Probably shouldn't live there.
I don't know.
Carlos
is that
right.
Like a natural?
Healthy racism is a lost art form for sure. But yeah, it is weird because there are places where like if I went to the main like the closest like bigger city to me, like everything they have to keep everything under close eye. But like if I stay closer to home, then there's no reason to, because everything's just like there's no reason to believe that people are just going to go in there and steal. I mean, most people are honest in this area, but then like you go to certain areas and it's just like it's these more the more city style you get, the more likely that that there are people, whether it be.
Are you saying the more urban things are? This is an urban problem.
I mean, it's a simple question. I mean,
I mean, technically, yes.
Just, hey, that word taking on a couple meanings. I mean, let's not go crazy.
But like the people in city versus like just country town or whatever is way different. The behaviors of a lot of those people, because like in the city, well, whether it be white or black or whatever, you've got meth heads, you've got you've got your meth heads, you got your crackheads, you got all kinds of different kind of stuff going on there.
Dickheads.
We all contribute. It's a rich melting pot of degenerates. We all kick a little in. Some say it's more like a salad, but either or.
Oh boy, I'm gonna leave that one alone.
As long as you're not tossing the salad.
Yeah. Well, see, that's what gets you into trouble. You go meddling in with the private affairs and the different cultures, and you try to mix them up more than they want to be mixed up on their own. Then we're not even halfway through. Let's this show today. Let's switch gears here. But
do we have any articles for today? Yeah, anything? Or are we just like
We could talk about
the breadth of my research and prep was those. I got those American Dad clips lined up for us before the show. That was my great contribution.
So I don't know if you guys have ever faced weight discrimination. I know that I have.
Rape discrimination. You say?
I mean, yeah. If all your friends are getting raped and you're not, I mean, you might have to start to wonder if it's something wrong with you.
Jesus.
Well,
wait.
You could count that.
Wait. Okay.
You could classify that into weight.
Time to hit the gym. Rape. You know what I mean?
Like,
I get it. I'm unrapeable.
Yeah, like you gotta lose those few pounds before anybody will want to be chasing that. They're chubby chasers, but then they really don't want to chase that kind of chubby.
Yeah, I mean, a chubby person is
if
harder
they can
to restrain.
catch you.
If you see a random dude walking down the alleyway with a bag of flour, you might want to watch out for him.
But
is this the article with the model and the airline?
This isn't the one with the model and the airline. This is New York voted to add to their code to a mention of both height and weight, both received and actual, among a list of protected categories. So if you go to get employed by somebody, they can't look at you and say this person is too fat to work for me, or too short or whatever. That's basically what they added in that as a protection for people who are trying to get employment. It's basically part of their
pilots. Are they still allowed to discriminate based on like physical features?
I'm sure they have protections.
There's got to be at least one or two like exemptions to this. I'm curious. If they list them.
Hollywood, I would guess. I mean,
yeah.
Like what if
so they don't call fat suits anymore. They call them like enhancement suits or something because it's mean to fat
people. Not enhancement. Like honestly, and like oh god, something came up with Dove the other day. What did Dove do? Dove did something.
Well, Dove has done a couple of things. I
know, but they did something recently.
Yeah, well, they said they were supporting. Let's see if I can pull up here. They actually support this bill against the size discrimination. That's what they said here. But then also they did you know, I know Dag's a little bit more into like video games than you are, Claude, but like they Dove actually put out a thing where they were supposed to be against you know, the size discrimination in video games because they make unrealistic characters, or unrealistic female characters specifically, not male characters. You know, the guys with the ripped jack chest, you know, and everything. You know, you can't say anything about that, but you know, if you make a you know, sexy woman, then apparently you're
Do
completely
they make
sexist.
Fat Barbie yet?
They have a fat Barbie, yeah, pretty
Do they
sure.
really?
I mean, yeah, they've got a fat Barbie. I'm pretty sure.
That's kind of funny. I just don't
They
understand.
they call
Barbie.
her plus size. They're like plus size Barbie or whatever. Oh, let's see.
Call her whale Barbie.
It's
I
you
don't
mentioned
understand. Like, you know, it's just so unhealthy. And like you're worried about like these are the same people that are I'm sure are worried about like, you know, climate change and eating too much meat and, you know, make us eat the bug people, and like yet it's okay to be a freaking tank and be, you know.
Where's the now they didn't make they haven't made a grotesquely fat Barbie. They've made one that is just gonna like they've made
one
some
that comes
that
with the
are like
dialysis machine.
Yeah.
Malibu Fantasy Dialysis Clinic.
You see. Gosh, like
missing a leg from diabetes.
Like maybe like this, but they don't really have one that's or like let's see. I mean, this is kind of thick, but
No,
I don't know if these are
like a fat one.
Yeah, they don't make like
a legit fatty.
Yeah.
That's too bad.
I mean, missed opportunity. I mean, that would be the easiest marketing. Like, here we have. Yeah, you want to be represented by you super obese people? Do you want to be represented by?
He's quick, he's strong, he's active. You can take Alabama man, rolling out the great drinks heavily and choose tobacco.
Wow, he can bowl.
When wife asks him where he's been, just use the action button and Alabama man busts her lip open.
Shut up, bitch!
Sounds just like every dude from the trailer park I know.
Alabama man comes with everything you see here, wife sold separately.
I thought I told you to shut up.
There you go, Justin.
Yes, I have 3 of them for sure.
Well, he lives down the street from the factory, so takes a tour once a year with the kids. You know, hits the gift shop. It's a big deal around there.
I feel like you should get Alabama and just keep him on like the shelf, you know, just so like she sees it, you know. That's probably all you have to do, and then it just
like look. Do I need to explain myself?
Point to the man, Alabama man. Just, you know, that's it.
I mean, it's a more realistic version of Barbie and Ken. I mean, let's be real here. That exists way more in the real world. These are more what you can expect from life, honey. Something like this.
Apparently they're gonna kick us. Let's see. There was let me see if I can pull up that ad that they had. They actually had an ad for the fat see the fat gamer girl or whatever.
Yeah, I'm wondering I'm just wondering like the situation like when you go in to buy the fat Barbie. You know what I mean? Like, what's the thought process? Like, oh, little Cindy is a little hefty. Let's get her the fat Barbie. Like, it just seems like you're really making a leap to like giving up at that point. You know?
Well, like, like you don't want them to get better. You know, because that's a problem.
I mean, you're taught to give up though. That's the thing. I feel like it's like it's encouraged and it's okay, and nobody like thinks anything of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Let's see, where is the?
We thought about seeing the Barbie movie when we went yesterday. We were having a joke about which one would actually be worse. I said I'd probably enjoy watching Fast and Furious more than the Barbie movie.
I don't know. I did see like the Barbie movie doesn't look like it's made for
Children?
I mean, yeah, it's not made for children. Clearly, I mean, I don't think it can be because the at least the commercial, like whatever the trailer for it was pretty seemed pretty raunchy. So I was like, dang, like this is the route they went. They could make a Barbie movie, and this is the route that they go. Let's see if I can find the. Oh, here it is. This is the Dove soap.
Dial or Dove? Dial get? Does Dial even make commercials anymore?
I don't know. I haven't seen anything from Dial in forever. Here's Dove. Wait, before we Dove takes a stand against overly sexualized women in video games. Notice, even though they say she's overly sexualized, which I don't even think that's overly
She has 3
sexualized.
boobs.
Yeah, it kind of looks like it.
She
Is this
has
the armor?
Dude, she's wearing as much clothing as like an Arab woman.
Yeah. And
Like,
then
okay, we can see her
she
mouth.
has the butch haircut, like a little
only
sort of
fucking
semi-butch haircut.
Yeah.
Like not all the way butch because she'd have it shaved on this side, but like she's like that, got like that half butch haircut. Reminder: this is supposed to be a video game character. Like this is not a real person.
There. Oh God. What the... Why?
Oh, my dogs are barking. That Laura Croft.
Well, the fat one's gonna do exactly what the freaking.
Then go play outside. Then stop playing video games and go play outside. You know, like just work. You know.
Yeah, definitely. She needs to get outside a little bit more for sure.
The whole video game thing is strange to me, and I talked about this on here with you guys before. I saw some thing on TV, and it was like women in like this gaming competition, and like we can't even participate in like the chat in games because they just make fun of us for being a chick. And it's like, yeah, I'm a dude. When I play video games, they just make fun of me for whatever thing they can make fun of me for. You know, like it's the same. Like I don't know, dude. It's just fucking stupid.
So
like,
sorry, Carlos.
Like,
That's kind of the inside joke among. That's kind of the inside joke among most guys. Like it's like, oh man.
But yeah, I didn't realize there was whole organizations around women in gaming and stuff like that. Apparently, that's
well,
like,
they
get a fucking life, dude. I don't know.
They get government grants from.
Oh, I'm sure. It's all a fucking hustle, man.
Yeah. Well, look, like even the women in games account doesn't like they don't even keep up with anything. Like they're not trying to do anything. They're literally just collecting a paycheck to say that they're doing something. It's
right.
The biggest racket. Like there other outside of like insurance, I think like this is the biggest racket.
Their soap company. Like well, see, here's the thing.
No, it's not necessarily the soap company. It's the companies that are the like NGOs. That's what it is. Like that they're saying like, hey, we'll help your company appeal better to women who like video games, and so that's what they're trying to target a specific demographic and help you appeal to them in that way, especially if they're underrepresented or minority status or whatever. Like
Nobody's
nobody,
underrepresented. Good lord.
Well, what about
I
this? What about
mean,
this angle?
you
All
can't
right,
say that at
they're
this
a soap
point.
company, right? They sell, they sell a product that gets used up as you use it. You buy it again and again. So there's an issue
They've tried
that
to
food
expand.
companies
They've tried to expand to other
well,
products.
there's an issue with the food companies run into called the fixed stomach, that a person you can only sell someone so much food a year because they can only eat so much. But let's say you sell a soap, a product that covers the skin. The fatter your customers are, the more of your products they need to buy, not only to cover the square footage, okay, but also they probably emit more smells. There's probably more odors, more sweat, stuff like that going on. So if you're encouraging people to be fat, without increasing the amount of people that buy your product, you can increase the amount that you sell to those same people. So just from like a marketing business standpoint, for a soap company, this actually makes all the sense in the world to be promoting.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you promote them to be fat, and then not only do you promote them to be fat, then especially if you partnered with another company that would make people fat. So say you partner with Twinkies,
Twinkies, and video games. We got people sitting on their ass
smells like a
eating
Twinkie.
Twinkies. Yeah, playing video games.
You can smell like a Twinkie while you're eating your Twinkies while you're playing your video games.
Yeah.
About soap that tastes like a Twinkie.
Oh,
Yeah.
soap.
So like it does.
Out of Twinkies.
You have a little nibble,
Yeah. And they can never just stop at a nibble.
Yeah. All of a sudden, now you have a food product. Oh, that's great.
It's like the soap that you get in your eyes and doesn't burn. You can get a little bit of this in your mouth and it won't hurt. It tastes bad.
Is washing your mouth out with soap still a thing? That's probably considered child abuse these days.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
It was soap poisoning.
Although the kids will put Tide Pods in their mouths. So.
Yeah, right. Hey, I've seen the commercial for the new Tide Pods that are 85% bigger.
Oh, no.
In case the old ones aren't doing the trick anymore. Build up a tolerance.
That's too big to fit in your mouth for safety.
Yeah,
that's the point. It's like now you can't angle it into your mouth. So now you have to chop it. You have to get the chop it up. Like
they make it a certain shape, like like the club for the car, or like a manhole cover. It's round, so it can't fall through. They just have to make it some sort of shape that can't fit in there.
Other than a few rare exceptions, did people actually do that, or was that just like was that just literally like a trend that people were posting pictures of them pretending to do that, or did they?
The Tide Pods?
Idiot.
I think it's over. I think it's a razor blade in the apple kind of scenario where like maybe it almost sort of happened once kind of thing, but then it's just like, oh, millennials, and then people just want to bitch about millennials, even though it wasn't really millennials, it was people much younger than millennials. Like, I'm a millennial.
Gen Z,
like,
guys.
Yeah,
like that's Gen Z or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. It's like fucking millennials are on heart meds. Like,
we're too old for that. Like,
yeah, but I don't know. I sort of filed that under like, yeah, it didn't really. I feel like it was way overblown and just funny. Like a lot of stuff is. It happens once, it becomes a meme, and I don't eat Tide Pods. I breathe Freon. Fuck.
Look, Dak just has to siphon gasoline to
So I get my kicks.
Siphon some gas, and then he gets his high from there.
So Leighton suggested this one.
Yes.
Which I hadn't heard of, but makes sense. I'm surprised it took this long to happen. Is this really the first one? The only group of organized strippers in the U.S.?
I mean, they are organized, but it's usually,
So other than
they're unionizing, right? Like this is like a stripper union that they're trying to make.
Yeah, this one particular bar.
That's like what I want to see.
Star Garden Topless Dive Bar in North Hollywood, California. Look at this one though. You guys see this one?
Yeah, that's the two of them in the back that I'm looking at. Two on the left, the one sitting down, the one next to her.
This one and this one here. I mean, really, compared to some things I've seen at strip clubs, really isn't bad at all.
See,
I'm curious what's going on with Yeah, second one in.
They're equal opportunity employer, man.
Yeah, no, the other ones aren't terrible.
She can just
This one looks a little woke.
She just rolls over to your table, you chicken fries.
Oh, she better be a server.
Oh, that'd be hilarious.
So they're joining the Actors Equity Association, which is some other big union group. I guess that's how it works. Union that represents more than 51,000 actors and stage managers.
Is that like the porn union? Does porn have a union?
I mean, yeah,
Um,
probably some. Maybe I don't know.
Seeking higher compensation and safer workplace conditions, including better security to protect them from belligerent patrons. They can now enter collective bargaining with management.
Unions. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think unions allow crappy employers to survive. I think.
Unions.
Yes.
exist
Excellent
to-
point. Excellent point. Excellent point.
Wait, which point? Like in the article, or
No, Clyde, when he said that unions allow crappy employers to exist, because the thing I always say when people talk about unions, I'm like, just have a modicum of have some sort of skill, and you don't need a fucking union because you can choose your job. You know what I mean? Like, why? I hate this feeling like, oh, I'm so beholden to the fucking boss man. Like, oh, he just runs my life. It's like, well, that's on you, dude. That's the only way you can make a living is by having this one asshole who you admit you hate. You know what I mean? Like, be the one who signs your fucking paycheck. Like, go work somewhere else. And then you create competition in the marketplace for better employers.
I think it's something where people don't like to change. They don't like to move, and like if people were comfortable moving around jobs, then they would just job hop and they would be fine, and then that would fix a lot of the market issues. But a lot of people would rather be too lazy for that. They would rather just like the market fix the problems for them. That's why they go to unions. It's like,
yeah, people would rather have a big.
The employer gets a break too.
Yeah, the employer gets the biggest thing that the
unions they don't have to actually adhere to the right,
employees. They're answering to the union boss. That's what the unions are there for the union bosses.
But it's mitigation, right? It's not an actual you're not actually getting what you want. You're getting less than what you want, which is more than what you had, but it's still less. And so the employer isn't actually meeting your demands of what you might actually be worth.
Meeting in the middle.
Yeah, go find, go get a skill, go find somewhere else, and then you don't have to negotiate. You're the one that has the upper hand.
There is an Adult Performance Artists Guild, formerly known as the Adult Performers Actors Guild, an American union for sex workers involved in any aspect of the adult industry.
Are they equal opportunity?
I think you kind of have to be. Around 1,100 sex workers.
I wonder if OnlyFans OnlyFans chicks don't know about this guild, because there were a lot of them talking about we need an OnlyFans union. That's more of freelance work. You're basically doing
exactly. It defeats the purpose of the gig economy.
Yeah, I don't understand how that works. I wouldn't imagine that they
Yeah, I mean, let's be real. Most of those women can't act in any.
People have never read an economics book in their life. I don't really care to hear their opinions on. I don't even care which economics book you've ever read. I don't care if you've only read Marx. At least if you've read some sort of book, I can say okay. But people know absolutely nothing except on NPR some bitch told me that unions are good one time. Fuck you.
Yeah, my daddy was in a union. My great uncle was in a union for the longest time. That's what people like. That's their experience. It's the union helped my dad get blah blah blah, and it's well, you realize your dad would have been making double what probably if it weren't for the union stepping in, taking their cut, doing all this arbitration on his behalf or whatever. Like,
And it's I saw somebody on other 98% post the other day about unions. They were like, unions make work better for everybody, even people who aren't in the union. I was like, no, that's definitely factually untrue. They make, if anything, it creates the haves and the have-nots of the workers. You know what I mean? Like there's like people in the union like have it better, but then it's at the expense of people who aren't union. So no, actually not. And it was something about crossing picket lines, and I was like, oh hell no, I love scabs. They're true heroes. They go when you fucking pussies aren't willing to,
all these essential workers that we learned about in the last 2 years, like the scabs are really the essential workers.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I like people who get in there and get the fucking work done when it needs to get done.
It's a real work ethic.
Hell yeah. Fucking roll up them sleeves, bitch.
You can still get work done while random idiots are yelling.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, we've covered some ground today.
Well, you know who else has covered some ground? John Fetterman.
We're going back to fat people.
Well, I mean, he is kind of fat. Like, I mean, he's pretty hefty, I think.
He is.
One simple reason: President Biden needs to consider using the 14th Amendment if necessary. The entire GOP debt ceiling negotiation is a sad charade. And that's exactly what's wrong in Washington. We're playing with the livelihoods of millions, so the GOP can just turn the screws against hungry Americans. This is the whole reason why the 14th Amendment exists. You need to be prepared to be using it. Again, remember, say that again. We must be prepared in order to use it. We cannot let reckless
say that again.
Hold the economy as a hostage.
And he can't even say it the first time.
I do love the dude on the right. He's almost like, wait, what the fuck? Is he going off script?
You're not supposed to read that part.
People like, yeah. Oh, Idiocracy was a prophecy.
The time of Pennsylvania org is now. Was John Fetterman a wrestler? A pro wrestler? I want more pro wrestler. Yeah, I want more pro wrestler politicians in the future. That'd be a Idiocracy work into that, and B, it's just it really makes the point that
The Rock is really the Rock is really. I think he's gonna run at some point.
Trump's basically a pro wrestler. I mean, like he's cutting promos when he's out there talking. And hasn't he been affiliated with pro wrestling before? Didn't he like do some stuff with them in the past?
Yeah, he did some promos with them. I mean, there's the WWE like SmackDown like video or something like that where he comes in there and he lays it to I forget who he comes in there and basically lays it to somebody.
Wayne's really been opening into my eyes.
Like
how much
I can see him and Vince McMahon on the same ticket. Like, do you imagine like
Vince McMahon wouldn't be up for that though. Vince McMahon likes to hide in the shadows.
That would be like, but he could be the VP and just like come out of the shadows, like literally, like
Vince McMahon only wants to come out whenever like he's trying to like berate somebody or challenge somebody. Like that's the only time he wants to come out. It's like you suck, and then come out. That's the only time he ever wants to come out of his little hidey hole.
All right, so let's see. 10 pro wrestlers who later became politicians. There, of course, is a list of them. Let's see.
Oh, Kane. Yeah, Kane.
And then of course Jesse Ventura.
Is he still there?
Yeah, Kane's still he's still he's
mayor in Knox County, Tennessee.
Knoxville.
Yeah.
Oh no shit. The Wig Sphere is? You mean the Wig Sphere? Jesse Ventura, of course, probably the best known.
I don't remember. Where was he?
Oh, isn't he a fucking governor or something?
Who? Ventura? He's in Minnesota.
Governor of Minnesota. Oh,
yeah.
Right.
1998, when fielded by a third party. Let's see, Jerry the King Lawler. Oh man, Memphis, Tennessee ran for mayor nighttime brainstorming on a principle of common sense. Hell yeah. So I just love the term common sense because that's always what like dumb hicks say when they think they got everything all figured. It's just common sense, and it's like kind of right, but kind of not, you know.
And then they talk about common sense, like especially like or I don't know if like your area, Dag, but like around here they'll say something like that, like it's just common sense, and they're talking about like using taxpayer dollars to like build some facility for something, and it's like it's just common sense. It's gonna generate revenue for the city.
Go create jobs. Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's gonna create its jobs. We're gonna have more jobs. We're gonna have more city revenue, and that's how we're gonna get it done. You know.
Oh, this Japanese feller here, I guess allegedly fondly remembered for convincing former Iraqi President Saddam Hussein to free Japanese hostages before the Gulf War.
Impressive.
Yeah, Japanese House of Counselors. Brian
It's like
Blair.
Dennis Rodman of Japan.
Oh, Hillsborough County Commissioner in Florida in 2002.
Who's that?
The Brian Blair.
Who's that?
Lots of wrestling in the Tampa area.
I don't recognize any of these guys anyway.
That's probably where they go to retire.
It's a lot of that. I mean, Hulk Hogan's there. He's in Tampa. He's got a restaurant and all sorts of shit.
Oh, he's got a restaurant. Nice.
Oh yeah. Oh man, what's it called? Hulk's Hangout or something gay like that. God, what is it? It's not. It's on the water though, man. It looks like a nice place. Let's see. The Evil Russian. I can't pronounce that. Nikolai Volkov. Registered Republican. Most of these guys, I think, are Republicans.
Well, I remember
Maryland.
hearing some interviews with Kane and stuff, and it I don't know.
Kane's actually he's pretty smart, and he seems like he knows a bit more about about doing these kind of things. So,
it seemed like that environment, that wrestling environment, breeds some of that more liberty-minded Republican kind of side of things. Just the way that everything is hashed out.
Oh man, a wrestler like the Iron Yuppie or something would be great, where it's like like a Democrat wrestler. That'd be funny. I haven't heard of any of these. There's a 2 and 1 on the list. Maybe this list is backwards, and they started with the most
recognizable.
Yeah, because they've been
just keep.
Yeah, this guy's like, oh, he entered a race and only polled 30%. Oh, okay. Michigan House of Representative right here. Oh no, he lost. Well, there it is, guys. There's a list.
It's a good list. Good list.
Yeah, it was a solid list. I want to see more.
Just like get all of them in there.
Can't go anywhere in Tampa and run into a pro wrestler. Oh man, I wish Wayne was here today. He'd tell us. He'd tell us all about it. Let's see. The restaurant is the hardest word to spell.
Restaurant. Yeah.
Hogan's Beach. That's what it's called.
Hogan's Beach.
Yeah.
That does sound pretty
interesting.
I thought you were about to say retarded. There it is. There's a picture of it. There you go. Bunch of shirtless dudes. Cool.
That's like an actual beach. Huh?
Yeah, it's there near Clearwater. It's I don't know. It's on the how should I say this? Not ghetto beach. Because it's also like Jersey Shore. There's a lot of jet skis at this beach. Yeah, there's a lot of jet skis at this beach.
See, when I think white trash, I think of Panama City though.
Oh, dude, my old lady's going there. She's on her way there right now. She's got a friend there visiting. She's like, "Oh, my friend's coming to Florida. I'm gonna go visit." And then yesterday, she's like, "I didn't realize it was 8 hours away." So we got our new tires.
That's
and
about how
changed
long it
oil
is
and everything.
for us. Like, so.
Yeah, it's yeah, Florida's long. It's easy to forget like when you're driving over to like Texas or something. It's like I've been driving 10 hours and I'm still in Florida. What the fuck? You know,
Yeah.
that's fucking crazy. I don't think I've ever been to Panama.
Panama's a nice
then-
place. Like the only thing is it attracts some of the worst people.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Like,
That's
it's
right.
been-
A lot of people where I live vacation down there.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've
Those
never
Gulf
been.
beaches are nice, man. That sand's nice. When I was a kid, I always wanted to go to the Atlantic coast because it had bigger waves, and I wanted to like boogie board and stuff. But my mom was like, "No, the Gulf's nicer," you know. And now I get what she's saying. It is nicer.
Yeah, it's definitely got a nicer vibe to it. You know, we went to Myrtle Beach one time, and yeah, the waves are a little bit bigger. But I mean, I just you know, you look out there, especially whenever it's a good sunny day on the Gulf. I mean, you can't beat it. Like,
Yeah, nice. The sand's whiter, this and that. What I did notice about like the Atlantic coast is you go to Myrtle Beach and like Daytona, and like you can't even tell you're in a different place. You know,
Yeah.
like they're just
I mean, all those Atlantic beaches. Yeah.
To a point. Once you get far enough north, it all turns to rocks.
Yeah, that's probably true.
I
But
don't
who the
know.
hell wants to go up there? Living way up north in Yankeeville sounds pretty fucking retarded.
Because democracy basically means government by the people, of the people, for the people. But the people are retarded.